Hey everyone, welcome to 5 More Minutes, the show where two friends relive their childhoods or, in some cases, learn about everything they missed out on. I'm Kendra.
And I'm Scott.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um, how do celebrities stay cool?
No idea.
They have a lot of fans.
Uh,
I remembered while I was unlocking my phone.
well,
What do you call a hippie's wife?
I don't know.
Mississippi. I was trying to make it emphasis that it be part more, but I got
Mississippi.
yeah.
Quality.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are the only good ones up here. I have a joke about pizza, but it's too cheesy.
Nice.
Some of these
You look
jokes,
confused.
yeah, some of these jokes aren't funny. Like this one says, "What does Jeff Bezos do before bed?" And then the answer is he puts his pajamas on. Like it's just. I feel like that one's like too. Like I know it's pajamas on, but I feel like the way it's written should be pajamas
Oh.
on, but it's written PYJ Amazon.
So someone just doesn't know how to spell. Probably.
Yeah. Well, they were doing it on purpose so that the people reading it would see the Amazon part, I guess, but I don't know. Who knows, man?
Who knows?
I was unlocking my phone and then forgot because I was going to tell you what the workout was that I did at CrossFit today
Oh.
because it sucked. Um I went at 9:30 so that it wouldn't be like 100 degrees. Because I usually go at 1:15, but this week I'll probably have to go at 9:30 all week.
Well, I mean, you could go late if you want to be hot.
Yeah, well, it was I don't know, probably like 90 or almost 90 at 9:30. Like it was hot. But
Yep.
I was trying to check the weather, but it's too gives me an ad every time. Like I was trying to check the hourly, you gotta access it from a certain spot, gives you an ad. It's so stupid. So it was 150 double unders or 200 single unders, 75 wall balls, a 1700-meter row, 100 double unders or 150 single unders, 50 wall balls, 800-meter row, 50 double unders or 100 single unders, 25 wall balls,
Balls.
and a 425-meter row with a 35-minute time cap. And we all finished. Most of us just barely, except for the tall guys, because that workout is really easy, is a lot easier for tall guys. Because when you do like a wall ball, their arms and stuff are long, so there's like less like that you have to throw it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
you handle a lot of balls a day, is what I
no,
got
just one ball. I just
over and over again.
listen, man, your joke's not funny.
Why not? It's funnier than the cheesy jokes we read.
No.
Yeah, it's more real.
Those ones
raw.
aren't about me though.
Oh, that's why it's not funny.
Yeah, you were interrupting my story.
I was adding
You sounded kind of like Goku.
balls.
Yeah.
My grandpa's ball.
But yeah, I have had a lot of coffee again today and I'm feeling it. And I had 3 coffees and my coffee ice cream protein powder.
Just kind of strange because it sounds like you're almost talking like slower than normal.
Yeah, but my leg is doing this.
The energy's going somewhere.
Yeah. And also, yesterday I wanted a blizzard, but I didn't want like sugar. So I had 2 scoops of chocolate protein powder left, and I DoorDashed some M&Ms.
All right.
And sparkling water so that I wasn't just DoorDashing M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used some frozen bananas, some oat milk, some yogurt, some maple syrup, some vanilla, and some chocolate protein powder. And I blended it all up, and then I added the M&Ms, and then I made a chocolate M&M blizzard, but healthy.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work, though.
No, you just put it all in the blender. You press the button.
A lot of work.
Nah, man.
Nah, brah.
Why do you have a fried brain?
because I worked till like 8:30 or 9 last night, and then I pretty much went to work and didn't even really get a lunch break because I had meetings up in Potlatch and stuff. So it just feels like I've been going the whole time.
Why are you working so much?
Because there's not enough people.
But you don't get paid for it.
No, but they are changing it, so I will.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, even salaried people are going to get overtime now.
That's dope AF, man.
Yeah, but it has to be on actual projects. Like if I was just going to a council meeting, it wouldn't count, I guess.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're rolling it out next month, and we're going to start getting paid twice a month now instead of once a month.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Everything's changing, man.
Yeah. Well, I know you're really excited to talk about the movie.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. But we watched the third D&D movie because I've been trying to do this for like a year. Dungeons and Dragons: The Book of Vile Darkness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was quite the process to watch it, but we watched it.
We did. We made it through.
Yep. On Sunday morning, Scott woke up, I was there, and he just like watched this instantly. So I'm sure that made his day better.
Oh, totally. Well, I mean, I was just vegging out on the couch, so it actually kind of worked out anyway. So
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It just puts you in the mood for adventure.
Right. Yes.
Because in the rest of the day, you saved the world or something.
Yeah. I can't talk about it because it's top secret, but yeah, I did.
Yeah. Since I've been back, I've watched 20 episodes of The Umbrella Academy.
Wow.
In just over 48 hours. So I'm really in a big save the world mood.
Big save the world, big binge a show mood.
Yeah.
Nice.
But anyways, so this movie came out as a straight to DVD release in the UK. September 17th, 2012. It came out in a bunch of other countries straight to DVD, but in the US of A, it was a premiered on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it was only ever on TV, which is why there's no US versions of the DVD.
Did they only show it like once, or did they show it
I'm
multiple
assuming
times?
that they showed it multiple times because it was like considered like a sci-fi original movie or something.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think it was ever available to purchase or stream.
Yeah.
In America. Probably because, the other ones weren't super great. So they didn't have like a...
Not super great, not good at all.
Yeah. Well, it depends. It is rated R, which I don't think the other two are. But it is much more dark and sexual.
Yes. As it should be.
The Book of Vile Darkness, that's right.
Right.
The budget was $12 million. I couldn't find any information on how much it made since it was like never in the box offices and not sold in the USA for DVD. So I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any like DVD numbers. They're probably out there somewhere, but I couldn't find it on a couple searches. So I just gave up.
Probably not fantastic.
Yeah. So the world and the setting and whatnot that this movie is centered on and or based in is the Book of Vile Darkness, which we talk about in episode 12 when we talk about 3E.
Wow, you looked up the episode. Nice.
Hell yeah. It was a supplemental book you could buy, but the book also existed in the game, so it's kind of like Inception. It's like the book was an item that you could get. Apparently there was only like one copy and there was like 6 fake copies. I don't know. It was an artifact used as a reference work by evil people. So probably like, it said the original book belonged to Vecna, who is trendy right now because of Stranger Things. And Vecna is also the bad guy in Vox Machina, except in the TV series, he's called the Whispered One. And that's because they couldn't get like rights to use the word because there's not very many D&D like trademarked monster names, but like that one is. So they couldn't use it. And then I saw this sidebar. I saw this like Reddit thread where people are like, why is no one talking about Stranger Things just like using trademarked words? And people were like, they probably paid to use the words. And like it's a big scale production, not just like a crowdsourced funded thing
to use.
Yeah. And then like obviously they're working together on something since they released like a Stranger Things box set for D&D, like based on the show. Yeah. But I was just like, people are dumb. I don't know.
Well, I mean, and the things that Stranger Things did for D&D too got it kind of popular again.
A bunch of like die-hard people like to argue against that too, or like say that it's bad. People are weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, so in game, the book, I guess if you chose to include it, could be edited by the owner and owners of it without regard to uniformity or the material. So it looked ugly. Pages and materials were all different because whoever owned it could like edit it, sort of thing. So it's kind of like
cobble it together.
Yeah. But yeah, so having the book could grant you like specific powers, and like other spells and things like that. So anyways, that's it in the game. A description of it just in general as a book you could buy. And I've looked for it and there's not that many copies and it's expensive on eBay.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, the Book of Vile Darkness introduced several new mechanics relating to evil in Dungeons and Dragons, including rules for drug use, demonic possession, torture, and ritual sacrifice. It introduced 18 new prestige classes. Like most supplemental source books, it included new spells, feats, and magic items. Some including corrupt spells and vile feats introduced new mechanics supporting evil characters. Also included were several of the archdevils and demon lords, such as Osmodius and Orcus, updated for the 3rd edition.
Would you look at that?
Yeah. So hell yeah. So it's all dark and broody and demonic and
the hell is 18 prestiges? Sounds like Call of Duty.
Yeah. Prestige classes I don't think they have those in 5e, so I'm not like we might have talked about them. Prestige.
That one
prestige classes add more options for multi-classing. I'm pretty sure I talked about that in episode 12 too. So I don't know, Scott, go listen to episode 12.
Okay, I will.
So quick. Well, no, I'll go through the cast and stuff and then we can talk. Then I'll do the synopsis. I knew I was going to put my notes in an order I didn't like, and I did. So it was directed by Jerry Lively. That was the same person who directed the second movie, I believe. So we've talked about him already. Weird Things, Hellraiser, some Friday movie with Ice Cube. Anyways, written by Brian Rudnick, who also wrote, or Rudnick, I'm not sure, who was also a writer on the first one. But this wasn't the guy with all the sex stuff.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well, is it? I don't know. So the cast of this movie, not a lot of people we know. And honestly, I feel like the other two movies had like at least one or two's, pretty well-known people.
Who was in number 2?
Well, the guy who did Domador was in it again. And those ones had like popular British actors. Like
these guys are under the radar.
Yeah, like when I clicked on a lot of them, I didn't even like make notes in my document because most of them only have like 15 like acting credits. So I think in the second one there was like 3 or 4 people who had like British TV shows, but like 80, like more than just like 15 things. Yeah. And it always puts these in order of top build cast. And the number 1 person isn't even a main character. It says his name is Dominic Maffham in real life, and he plays the mayor of Little Silver Keep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's the top build cast. And I was like, I don't even remember you, but whatever. And he's in the most things, so maybe that's why he's actually in stuff. A lot of them are just kind of like TV shows and things like that. And then some like older stuff. I don't know. It says he's in Dragonheart 3.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of the younger cast was like, okay, I haven't done that much stuff. Probably weren't worth a lot yet.
Yeah. The person who plays Ranfin is Anthony Howell. And he's also been in quite a few things as like a voice. Like he voices Kairos. Is that how you say that? Kairos?
In what?
In Final Fantasy. But
I
just
have
in
no
general,
idea.
that's a word. It has to do with time, and I know about it because of Frederick, and I don't remember how to pronounce it. I think it's just Kairos. Hold on, this is gonna bother me.
Oh shit.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. Wait.
No, I just want you to say the word. I don't want to watch a video about what it is.
You don't know to learn?
Yeah. Oh, Kairos. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I think that's like based. Well, hold on. It has to do. It's the rhetorical strategy that considers the timeliness of an argument or message and its place in the zeitgeist. The term comes from the Greek for right time, opportunity, or season.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just the timeliness of, existence. Anyways, so he plays that. It says Fortunaut / that person. He also voices Margit and Grafted Scion in Elden Ring.
Nice, dude.
And Puppeteer and Demon Souls. Does a bunch of voices in World of Warcraft Shadowlands. So anyways, this guy has a lot of like voice acting things, like
Okay.
Battlefront 2, Warhammer video game, Battlefield. I don't know, just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he gets around a little bit.
And then some like TV shows and whatnot. All right, we took a big sidestep there. Bez is played by Barry Aird. Bez was one of the bald ones. Were there two bald ones? Or
Were
just
there?
one? I don't know. I think I'm getting it confused with. No, this was the weird guy, right? With the eyeball.
Oh yeah.
He's been in quite a few things too, but also again, just like things that I haven't really heard of or watched. Lloyd Pitts, which that's a name, plays the
Pitts.
Helmed Horror.
The Helmed Horror.
I don't know who that is, honestly.
Was it the weird demon thing that they fought? That was like red ghosty goo.
Maybe he's the 4th rated thing, so probably. He's been in quite a few things. Lovecraft Country, which I still never watched the last episode of. It's been almost 2 years. Maybe I was wrong. I thought I must have been the other ones I was clicking on that had 15. The top 4 guys have quite a few things. No big roles. So I don't know how they stack up against all those British guys from the second one. Kalowin Vodenchkarov plays Shifter.
Okay.
He's a stunt guy. He has like 215 stunts. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of stunts, man. Jack Durgis plays Grayson. Wow, his eyes are really intense in that picture. Yeah. This is where, because I was looking at the main people. Okay, so he plays, he only has 18 credits. And most of them are just like small recurring roles on TV shows. Nothing of note. Eleanor Gex plays Accordia.
Nice.
Yeah. And she only has 15 acting credits. So.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Anyways, I think those are most of the main ones. 5 of the other people don't even have. There weren't really that many like characters who weren't just like extras. So.
Yeah, there were quite a few that just kind of sat in the background, didn't do anything.
Yeah. Oh wait, Vimac. Which one's that? Vimic. I don't know.
He was the big painted guy.
Oh, okay. So
Big
that's
painted
played
bald
by
guy.
Habib Nasib Nader.
Nice.
And he has only 14 acting credits. Apparently, he was in The Golden Compass and he played Ragnar. I don't know if I've ever actually watched that movie all the way through.
It's pretty good. It's worth a watch.
Anyways, so that's the cast basically. There's like 6 other people. Someone named Lex Daniel. So I wonder if anyone named Lex in like a certain time range is named after Lex Luthor.
Nice.
You know?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Because like, was that even a name before? I don't know.
I'm sure it was.
Okay, so anyways, cast and crew not as exciting as some of our other movies. You know, not much to talk about there. There's no Jeremy Irons. There's no Marlon Wayans.
True.
Yeah. Alrighty. So the synopsis that's posted on IMDb always a good place to start, you know? I've told some of my students about IMDb and they didn't know it existed. And they were just like, whoa.
It's pretty strange. Websites are not known anymore. They're fading out.
Yeah, you got to get all your information from TikTok, you know?
Oh, that's where I'm going wrong.
Yeah. So the synopsis. 2,000 years ago, Nagrul the Foul, a sorcerer who reveled in corrupting the innocent and the spread of despair, neared the end of his mortal days and was dismayed. Consumed by hatred for the living, Nagrul sold his soul to the demon lords of the abyss so that his malign spirit would survive. In an excruciating ritual, Nagrul's skin was flayed into pages, his bone hammered into a cover, and his diseased blood became the ink to pen a book most vile. All those exposed to the book were driven to madness or so corrupted by the wicked knowledge contained within that they had no choice but to turn evil. Misery and bloodshed followed the disciples of Nagrul as they spread their master's dark dream. Creatures vile and depraved rose from every pit and unclean barrow to partake in the fever of destruction.
Oh no.
The cities and kingdoms of Kharkov were consumed in this plague of evil until an order of warriors arose from the ashes. The knights of the new sun swore an oath to resurrect hope in the land. The purity of their hearts was so great that Pelor, the god of light, gave the knights powerful amulets with which to channel his power. Transcendent with a divine might, the knights of the new sun pierced the shadow that they had darkened the land for 1,200 years and cast it asunder. But not all were awed by their glory. The disciples of Nagrul disassembled the book and bribed 3 greedy souls to hide the pieces until they could be retrieved. The ink was discovered and destroyed, but despite years of searching, the cover and pages were never found. Peace ruled the land for centuries, and the knights get lost in the light of their own glory. As memory of the awful events faded, so did the power of servants of Pelor. They unwittingly abandoned themselves in the incorrect belief that the Book of Vile Darkness could never again be made whole. Oh. And really, that's not even a synopsis of the movie. That's just like background information.
That's like the intro.
Yeah. Then the intro, was there voices or did we just have to read that?
There were voices.
Okay. But yeah, it was a lot. It was like 4 minutes of just like,
yeah,
like setting up. But that's the official synopsis, which really doesn't tell you what goes on in the movie, except you know that they're living in this world and that they
there's some weird evil sorcerer demon.
Yeah. And the book was taken apart.
It's all in separate pieces right now.
Yeah. And they need, but are they trying to put it back together or to undo it?
Certain people are, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, none of the good gods basically are giving power to the people. So
they are unworthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, it's pretty much a setup. I feel like I'm thinking really hard about it.
Yeah, apparently.
What?
You're just sitting there like, what are you trying to put together?
I don't know. Like, I kind of like, was rethinking the movie over having read through this instead of just like watching the intro, because I feel like I wasn't super paying attention to that because there was like nothing going on yet. But like I also meant to rewatch the movie and I didn't. So
I see.
yeah, mostly with these ones I do a second watch because it's hard. It's like hard for me to retain what's going on when they're not good.
Oh, so you admit it wasn't good?
I haven't said anything yet.
Seems like you did. Okay, continue.
Nay, I did not. Yeah. So, anyways, essentially, though, the movie starts with this youngish knight trying to be blessed by Pelor, or is that the word they were using? Blessed.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because they still have the amulets, but the power has been dimmed, right?
I don't think the power's like there at all.
Oh yeah, this is describing it as happening gradually. But yeah, so now they have no powers left. I think it said it was like 2,000 years after that or something. Like I feel like it was like a big jump. Oh yeah, right here, 2,000 years later.
Right.
So Grayson tries really hard. Nothing happens. They're like, it's okay. Nothing happened for us either.
You're like, oh, we're all shams here. None of us have been blessed. What are you, an idiot?
Yeah, and then him and his dad, Banfear, they go have a little father-son chat, like, you know, off to the side of the camp. And then all of a sudden, well, it kind of gave you a glimpse of people like walking into the camp. And then all of a sudden you hear all this like, you know, chaos and destruction and likely death.
Yeah.
And then they go back, but it kind of just like skips over the fight. And
yeah, it doesn't really show you anything. It shows you like some bodies like exploding, and then like I guess it indicates that Grayson gets knocked out because he just wakes up and then everyone is like dead around.
Yeah, and it's interesting that like they didn't just like stab him when he was on the ground. You know? Like why did they leave him alive, you know?
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Well, I do know that because I've seen the movie.
But anyways, his dad is gone. And
he's been kidnapped.
And he either knows or assumes that they took him. There was a lot of like jumping to conclusion. Like I feel like it kind of got off on the wrong foot like right away.
Yeah, because he made the crazy assumption that he was kidnapped, which I don't know how he knew. I mean, just because his body wasn't there, but that doesn't mean he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And then he goes and starts following the people he thinks killed him. Yeah. Kidnapped him.
And he like sneaks in to town kind of. He has to like hide his like
his amulet.
Yeah. And he finds like a hooker, and then she just like helps him and like pays for his
no
stuff.
Reason.
Except that her brother was a knight. I know that was like the one reason, but I feel like she says she's gonna help him before he even ever like shows her the.
Yeah, it's like he walks in and she's like, "Take your clothes off," and he's like, "That's not why I'm here." And then he's like, "I'm a knight. I need to find my father. Please help me." And she's just like, "Okay." I was like, "What?" She has no motivation to help this guy. Like, why does she give a shit?
Yeah, and then she wasn't even in anymore after that, was she?
No, she walked him to the next place and like, "Here's my friend. He'll help you. Goodbye."
Yeah, because I'm assuming that is Charlotte or no, Carlota, and that is played by Charlotte Hunter. That was like the only other female listed in here.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, except for Yana Titova, who plays Gorgeous Girl.
Gorgeous Girl.
Yeah,
who the
and
heck is that?
There's no picture, so I don't even know.
Well, how are we supposed to know how gorgeous she was?
Yeah, she's directed 8 things.
That's weird. Gorgeous Girl went on to direct. Wow.
But she does have 18 credits, but they're all weird. Yeah, like a lot of short movies. In the bright light of noon. Anyways, we don't know. Yana Titova. Charlotte Hunter. Also a stunt person. Did a bunch of stunts in Harry Potter.
That's kind of random.
Yeah, so many stunt people in here. Oh, she only has 2 stunt credits. That's weird. Anyways,
not much of a stunt person.
Let's see. So after that, he ends up asking these people for help. Accordia, right? Is he asking them for help?
He's not really
or
asking them
they're
for help.
looking
He
for
wants
the
to
same
join
thing.
them.
Yeah, they have kind of the same, mission or something.
Yeah. He
Uh,
becomes part of he wants to be part of the evil crew because
yeah, it's like
I don't know why really, but
it's like it's like an evil adventuring party instead of like Bilbo Baggins and his friends,
right.
Yeah. Although they do want, I don't know. Anyways, I mean, he at least wants like, Pelor's light. So he's like good at heart, but like evil also. I don't know.
Quite a description.
Well, it's hard to explain. But anyway, so his evil crew has Accordia, who is a sorceress. This one right here behind me with the face makeup.
Oh yeah.
Seeth. Was that how they were saying that?
I think so. I barely understood their names. So.
Yeah. And I guess I could have left the subtitles on, but they just weren't the same words. It was bothering me. A human assassin, Vimic, a Goliath barbarian.
He's the painted one.
And Bez, a human vermin lord.
A vermin lord? I thought he would be like a necromancer or something. Is a vermin lord a thing?
It says vermin lord. Here, let me look it up.
I am lord of the vermin.
A vermin lord is a servant in favor of a vermin. I feel like it's kind of like a warlock, but with the vermins instead.
I love bugs and things. He does hawk up a mean loogie that has like a bunch of cockroaches in it. That was pretty nasty.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it says it's a warlock archetype, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're trying to get this horn back from a wyvern. Or yeah. Well, yeah. It's being guarded by the wyvern.
I don't also quite they didn't really set up why they wanted the horn. I didn't know why they were doing this.
Yeah, I didn't really know that until I read this. I don't know if like that evil group was looking for it for like evil purposes. Because they are kind of evil, like
yeah,
like
it seemed
more
like
nefarious.
They were just it seemed like they were just like, okay, we know this wyvern is here and it probably has treasure and blah blah blah, and they were probably just wanting to go get it, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So there's like a big dragon fight scene, and it comes from like behind them, almost like too obviously.
Yeah.
I do think the dragon looked pretty good, but still not as good as it could have been for 2012.
Yeah, I mean the CG in this movie was miles better than the other dragon.
Yeah, and like the fire, I feel like you can usually tell pretty easily, based on like how the fire looks.
Yeah.
And there was like some burning people, and they looked all right. So
yeah.
Anywho, so I don't know. I felt like time kind of passed slow in this movie, and I don't know why. Like, it wasn't super fast paced.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was kind of slow at some points.
Yeah. So do any of them die when they fight it, or do they just almost die? Because like rocks and stuff are falling on them.
I don't think they just almost die. They get like hurt and stuff, but nobody dies.
And they think Grayson is dead, but then he like kills the dragon or something. There's like something.
Well, like yeah, he like buried. They think he's buried in the rock, and then he's standing on top, and he's like, aha.
Yeah, he's like, hell yeah, look at me. So they return to the town. Is it the same town? Is it a different one?
I don't believe so. No, I think it's a different town.
But it was a town. Oh, because they went to a town after they met.
They were like walking along and they saw the dragon attacking.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, let's go kill the dragon that attacked this town. That's also the dragon that has the horn. I don't know if that was like happen
a happy coinky dink or whatever.
Happenstance?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yes.
Whoa.
Nice.
One of my wizard staffs fell over.
Nothing's a wizard staff.
Or my witch staffs. What are they called? A witch staff.
Not even out of the package.
Well, the other one is. The other one is the one that fell over.
Okay.
I've had those for almost 2 years too. Anyways, so they go back to town. Oh, but some guy that was with them died. Like a city Because remember the one guy gives like his wife that like jewel thing, and then she's able to see how he died. He had like a kid.
Well, yeah, but he was dead at the dragon place. Like that was nothing that they did.
Oh, they
He
just.
wasn't part of the fight.
I was so confused about that.
He had
I was
died
like,
before they
where
got
did
there.
this like random guy who died come from?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. LOL, JK. But
And
I
he
thought
just
that
like
was
he purposely like enchanted the ring and
yeah.
gave it to her so she could see exactly how horrifically her husband had died. And I guess he did it just for the giggles and to torture them. So that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Also, Bez kills the mayor. Yeah.
Bez
and then they
kills
stay there.
them. Boy,
That's
you're
what it says.
skipping some. You're skipping around
What?
because they get there, they stay
Mhm.
there. They're like heralded as heroes because they brought people back. Because what the heck's his name in this? Grayson. Grayson convinced them to bring back the alive people, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are good people. We'll let you stay, and you're heroes, and whatever." And then in the middle of the night, the assassin guy sneaks out, kills a guard, and then steals all of the town's treasure.
Mhm.
And then they're about to leave in this scene that's behind you. And then he's like, "You took the treasure. You guys are assholes." The mayor, I'm the mayor right now. And he says all of this. And then they're like, "Okay, well, prepare to die." And then Grayson's like, "No, I'm still kind of a good guy. Split the treasure and we'll leave." And the mayor's like, "Okay." And then that guy blows him up for no reason. And then they fight everyone.
Ah.
Bam.
Snap. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. This is where it starts to get weird, and I think it's because Grayson is like becoming possessed by the evil or something. Like I don't know if that's what it was like alluding to.
But he wasn't. It made no sense. It made no sense.
I don't know.
So basically he's with them again. They're all on, doing their own thing. They killed pretty much everyone in the town and left. And they have all the treasure. And then I think they're getting ready to like part ways as a group because the girl's like, "I'm gonna go here," and the other guy's like, "I'm gonna go there." And she's like, "You should come with me," because she already boned him at the at the city for saving her life from the wyvern.
Yeah.
So she's all like, "I love you now. You should come with me and we'll do dark and dirty things together."
Whoa.
And yeah. And then for some reason, in the middle of the night before they all split up, Grayson freaking grabs some poison that the original Lady of the Night gave him in case he was captured. And he just kills the barbarian dude for like no reason. And the barbarian dude was actually pretty cool. He was like probably the nicest one of the group. It made no sense. Why would he do that?
And then he put him in a bag of holding and threw him into the lake.
Yeah, to hide the body. And it's like, but there was I don't understand why. I don't. I made it to the end of the movie and I don't really get it. I don't know if he was just doing bad things to be bad because I don't know. He's a weirdo, but that's what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. And then the other guy seeth the assassin, right?
Yes.
Tries to take Grayson for hostage, but then
in
they
the
kill
morning,
him. Yeah.
And that was his other like supposedly bad thing because the bad guy had like poisoned him or whatever, poisoned Seath, and he's like, "You will leave him alone now." And then he asked Grayson, the guy that was dying, asked Grayson for mercy. He's like, "Please spare me. I'm so sorry." And then Grayson is like, "There will be no mercy." And again, not really any reason.
He's Batman though.
Well, yeah. But I guess he could. That one was at least justifiable because he did have him hostage and he was gonna like kill him and be a dick. So I could understand it. But I think they were just trying to make him look super dark and edgy because Book of Wild Darkness.
Your Kingdom Hearts thing on the wall behind you looks really like spooky with like the glare of the light on it and stuff.
It's very mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little shiny.
Yeah. So anyway, so the horn is supposed to lead them to the book. And it leads them to a weird undead child called the Slaymate.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. I
It
should
was
have.
actually pretty creepy though. The CGI
Yeah.
was decent. It had like a giant, like sideways mouth, open face, and eyes like very weird position, like weird
Hmm.
zombie thing. And it was a child, which is like automatically more creepy. So
Yeah. I should have tried to find a. There's not really any pictures of it. I mean, there's one, but it's really small. But yeah, it was like, I don't know. It was weird.
yeah, just like that.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what it looked like.
Mhm.
I don't know. It had like braids, I think, and stuff. It was weird. All right. So they're supposed to feed it or let it feed on their negative energy in order to prove themselves
Mhm.
free of decency and thus worthy of obtaining the book's cover. The slaymate hungrily feeds from Bez. Grayson's unlawful deeds are enough to pacify, big words, the
Cool.
creature. But when Accordia's turn comes, her feelings for Grayson poison the creature, and she fails the test because she's like in love.
She's in love, and the creature's like, love, gross. Bleh, bleh, bleh.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, the slaymate summons a helmed horror
There it is.
to kill them before disappearing. Bez is stabbed through the chest as it appears, with Accordia and Grayson fighting the helmed horror. Disposing of the construct, the two finally receive the cover of the book.
They have the cover.
Yeah. Okay. So Accordia makes contact with the evil Lord Shathrax, who has the
Nice.
pages of the book within his stronghold in the Shadowfell. The Shadowfell is like the undead plane, kind of. Um, it's
Oh yeah, it was kind of like the weird castle in the sky or whatever.
yeah. Well, it's let me just. Oh, not that. I'll read you the script.
Oh boy.
Okay. The Shadowfell, also known as the Plane of Shadow, was one of the stupid ads. Is one of the planes of existence in various cosmological models. Its purpose and characteristics evolved as new cosmologies were formed. It existed as a counterpart to the Feywild in the sense that it was an echo of the prime material plane. Unlike the Feywild, it was a bleak, desolate place full of decay and death.
Nice. Sounds pleasant.
Yeah, let's vacation there.
Probably get real cheap rentals.
Probably. They have a Shadowfell arc in the first campaign of Not Another D&D podcast. It's pretty dope af.
Dope.
Yeah. All right. So they plan to extract the ink from the pain of the purest knight, Grayson's father. Grayson is
He's
able to
alive.
rescue his father, but soon discovers the stronghold is a collection of floating islands. Despite his father's pleas, Grayson refuses to kill his father and reminds him that they must be the last beacon of hope, being granted the power of Pelor momentarily before being disabled by Bez, who reveals he is in league with Shathrax and intends to use Grayson's pain to complete the book. With Accordia's help, Grayson manages to stop Shathrax and his followers before he can complete the book by using Pelor's power to annihilate them. Accordia and Grayson, despite their relationship, part ways at the end because of their different natures, with Bez escaping as a cloud of insects.
Yeah. And the only reason, like, because Grayson gets captured and they start like extracting the ink from him in a very Princess Bride weird ass looking machine. But the girl Accordia saves him because of her feelings.
Mm-hmm. Those dang feelings.
Yep. And then yeah, they part ways, even though she was like hot and liked him. So that was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. What do you think happens after this?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think happens to the world?
Nothing. I mean, they continue on. Did they fully? The part I didn't quite understand is they were in the process of like drawing on the book, but I don't know if they ever actually finished it. It didn't seem like they did because he like killed the dude that was doing it. So my guess is now that no one's in this shadow, whatever, they just go on. Now the Knights of Pelor actually have a pure knight with some holy blessings, and they'll build their organization, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's weird.
So that is
Also, I feel
also
like Grayson
why.
is a really weird fantasy name.
But that is also why they left him alive, because they knew Grayson was the purest knight. So they needed his father to make him come get him so that they could pull the ink out of his body to make the book. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I still think the first one's the best one.
Ew, no.
Yeah, because it's just funny. This one has like no humor. I mean, obviously it's the Book of Out Darkness, but like the storyline's still not that great, you know?
Well, it's miles better than the first one that had no storyline.
I would still rate the first one higher though, just because
Gross.
it was funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this one overall, like you said, the CG wasn't bad. It was passable, much better than the other ones. The acting, it at least seemed like they were taking it more seriously. I mean, they were decent actors. The costumes were so much better. Like they look like they look like they could go in like Game of Thrones or something right now. They actually have decent outfits.
I mean, I agree with all that stuff. I just think that the contents of the movie are better in the first one.
Okay. And it has that girl, and she's hot, so it was cool.
2012 has a lot of movies I haven't seen. I guess because I was in college, I didn't have money to go to movies.
Yeah.
It does have The Dark Knight Rises, so
Yeah.
Snow White and the Huntsman. That one was kind of like,
That was kind of a lame movie.
Oh, but Sinister. I love that movie.
Sinister is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Wrath of the Titans. I've never seen that. Journey
Sequel to Clash.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. Journey to the Mysterious Island. What else we got here? I don't know. A lot of weird movies came out in 2012, I guess.
It was the year of weird
The
movies.
Hobbit and Unexpected Journey. Is that what it's called? Grave Encounters 2. I know some of these aren't fantasy, but they are movies that we've like watched. So.
I like Grave Encounters.
Yeah. I mean, I know, that's why I said it. The Possession, that's the one with all the moths in the box.
Oh, right.
Apparently a lot of horror movies in 2012. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Twilight Breaking Dawn.
Okay,
not so great. Not as big of a comparison as the first two movies, I guess.
Yeah. The gap is slowly closing, you know. I mean, it's hard for a movie like this to go up against The Dark Knight, though, but this movie was never in theaters. It kind of knew that right off the bat.
Avengers, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of anime movies.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, just really like a lot of horror movies.
That's the good stuff, man.
Pokemon, the movie. Kairu.
Oh, Kyrem.
Okay, but there's a U in it.
Yeah, I said a U.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's the movie. I mean, I have some reviews, but what do you think?
Like I said, I would put it so far, the original worst, second, this one first. I mean, they're getting better every time, in my opinion.
So. I would put, in terms of watchability, the first one, the third one, the second.
Well, I don't really remember what that much happened in the second one. Oh, it was just the weird sequel and Damodar and
I just really like the first one. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think if you watch it one time, that's more than enough. And
I've seen it like 4 times.
Yeah, I will not be watching it again.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna start Rickrolling you with that movie.
Not high watchability in my opinion, because it was kind of painful to get through, but
it's so great. It's so funny.
It's so funny.
The overall IMDb rating is 4.4, which is somewhere, I think, right around the second one. Let me look it up again. So the original,
they're slowly improving.
The original one is a 3.6.
Generous.
Okay, so 2005, 4.7. The second one's actually rated better.
Oh, interesting.
I think that, I guess, kind of, I don't know, because there weren't that many reviews for me to read on this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a lot harder to watch.
I just started a video and it was loud. Maybe people liked the storyline better or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because, I mean, at least had a storyline.
Yeah. All right. So there were only like 2 1-star reviews, but there just weren't a lot of reviews in general, like written reviews for this one.
Yeah.
I'm assuming probably because of it coming out just on the Sci-Fi Channel and stuff. This 1 out of 10 says a racist, sexist waste of time.
Wow, that's some bold claims right off the bat.
Yeah. If you haven't watched this movie, don't do it. I did it, trusting on a positive review here, and it was a complete waste of time. Spoilers are marked on this review. The characters were bland. The professional assassins were just sociopaths. The only black person in the movie was coincidentally the only character whose skin was all painted over. The only female character who isn't a whore decides that one day after meeting the hero that her body belongs to him for his pleasure, and from then on, she's just madly in love with him for no reason. This, of course, was after she was the one who needed saving from a dragon, and the knight had to go save her. Not cliched at all, of course. Spoilers. The plot was so weak. If one of the knights of the new Sun Code was to not have sex, how come Grayson even exists? His father clearly broke that vow. And why would it be needed a knight of light's blood to make the ink for the Book of Vile Darkness? It wasn't said at any point that it had to come from a good guy, and it'd be way more logical to come from a bad one. Was it for the irony? It just didn't make sense. And then the movie just ends with him saying goodbye, or them saying goodbye. It was badly done. It just seemed like they ran out of things to say, so they called it a stop. I was expecting a conclusion made like the introduction was, telling us how Grayson destroyed or hid the book parts again, but apparently the future of the book is irrelevant for the movie called The Book of Vile Darkness.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some solid points, but I think obviously the night guys have sons because they're not blessed. They don't have power. They're not holy or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't quite agree with that one.
You probably have
agree.
to try to get the blessing before you've, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to try to be blessed, maybe you have to do that before you have sex. Because he's supposed to be, like, young. I'm saying that, like, all of the older ones who have kids, they probably tried to get the blessing from Pelor before they did that. And then when they were like, oh, it's not me, I'm going to have a kid.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does.
No, because they took an oath never to have sex. So if they're in the organization, they shouldn't be waiting for a blessing to not do it. They should just, my theory would be they had a kid already, and then they're like, I'll join the Knights now. You know, I'll never have sex again. But they're all just pampered, not true knights, so they're not following the rule anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I skipped to 7 out of 10s. And they just have one 7 out of 10. There just weren't a lot of reviews. I usually go for like a 3 or a 5, but and then there was like a bunch of 6s, but they were all like really long, and I was just like, nah.
They're really getting into this review.
All right, 7 out of 10. Much better than the low average rating suggests for what it is. This is a modest budget swords and sorcery fantasy based on Dungeons and Dragons, and for what it is pretty good. Don't expect Oscar-winning performances, but most of the acting is acceptable, and some is actually pretty good. The fellow playing the Vermin Lord does a good job of quietly understated evil. The effects and creatures are comparable to Dungeons and Dragons, Wrath of the Dragon God, his second movie, but it moves faster and there's more action and more variety in spell use with their imagery and better fight scenes. Gladly lacking the first D&D movie's lame humor and misplaced modern sensibilities about egalitarianism. I disagree with that. And the slow-paced and stilted wordiness and failed melodrama of the second, this one is a bit more stark and grim than the others with more actual fighting. It is also more in line with actual D&D material. 3.5e, I believe, though the version I am familiar with was new 30 years ago. Smiley face with the colon and the parentheses.
Right.
D&D fans will enjoy it. Swords and sorcery fans will like it, appreciating it for what it is. If you're looking for deep dialogue with Johnny Depp and Julia Roberts, though, perhaps you should look elsewhere. As for me,
you definitely should look elsewhere because they're not in the movie. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I got 3 10 out of 10s because I just couldn't pick. This one is called Totally Worth It. Okay, so this movie isn't for an Oscar, but it is definitely a D&D movie worthy of the D&D on its title. In truth, I despised the 2 previous movies even before watching this, but now this movie just erased them from history. For all the hardcore D&D fans, this is a must-see. You won't see any Playmobil staffs and weapons. You won't watch any stupid jokes. The special effects aren't the best, but definitely not the worst either. My rating is 10, not because I believe, as I mentioned before, that it's Oscar material, but because this movie absolutely worth a this person forgot some words, but because this movie is absolutely worth a much better rating than the previous shameful movies that share D&D on their titles.
Nice. Okay.
All right. Decent for the RPGers, pretty lame for the rest. If you are not, in all caps, an RPG player and a D&D fan, you should seriously not watch this movie. On the other hand, if you are a D&D fan, then it's worth your while. Keep in mind it's a low-budget movie, but it's much better than the two previous ones. You can actually see people loot, in all caps. The corpses after battle and the spells used are truly recognizable if you have played D&D 3.5. As I said, don't expect anything special, but for a fan of this genre that's into Dungeons and Dragons universe, it will be an enjoyable movie. Acting is more than okay on a couple of characters, but pretty bad on the main guy. For the people unfamiliar with Dungeons and Dragons, the rating should be like 2 out of 10, so don't waste your time.
All right, fair enough. Coming in hot.
Hell yeah. All right, last one. 10 out of 10. Great movie, but all caps. Terrible, all caps, ending.
Yeah.
And random words capitalized in here. I really enjoyed this movie last night. Lots of fun, but the ending was so bad, which let me down. I didn't like the hero. Actually, he looks so dumb. Haven't watched Dungeons and Dragons, The Book of Vile Darkness, first 2 movies. If I get chance, I will watch them. The ending should be when she insists him to come with her. What the heck? Stop the hero. There's so many words.
Grammar.
Yeah. You know what the problem is nowadays of Hollywood movies? Question mark. I have seen lots of good movies, all caps, but terrible endings. Question mark. And then twice in a row, all caps Y with 3 question marks, but a space in between the Y and the question mark both times. So it's like Y, space, question marks, space Y, space, question marks.
Okay.
Yeah. My message to Hollywood, please do satisfy ending instead of putting stupid twists.
Please do satisfy ending, sir.
Yeah. Anyways, so that person doesn't like what Hollywood's doing nowadays, I guess.
But he's still rated at 10 out of 10?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Yep. That tracks. That tracks.
What do you rate it?
I'll give it a 3.5.
3.5
out of 10.
I need to know what I did the other ones.
I can't remember what I rated the second one. I'm assuming it was a solid 2.5 or a 3. My memory serves.
Yeah, we don't have this updated with those ones yet, do we?
I doubt it.
So you gave the first one a 1.5.
Yeah, that tracks.
My actual rating of the first one was a 4 out of 10. But my Kendra rating is an 8 out of 10 because it's so bad it's good.
Right.
I think in the third one, I gave it a lower Kendra rating, but a higher actual rating.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I still think the first one is so bad you need to see it.
So what are you rating this one?
I think I'm just gonna give it 6 all around.
A 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't remember what I gave the second one, but I do feel like it's better than the second one.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's still not so good you should watch it. Or I mean so bad. Like it's just medium.
So as an actual movie,
it's a little bit higher than medium.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. Normal 6, Kendra 6, Scott 3.5.
Yeah. Listen, I am 2 people.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta keep track of both.
But while I was there this weekend, we watched the trailer for the new one with Chris Pine.
Oh yeah.
Honor Among Thieves.
Looking decent.
I think that's supposed to come out in like the beginning of 2023 or like March. Yeah, March 3rd. Okay. So, the trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have an actual good D&D movie, like good all around.
Yeah. Maybe 2023 is their year.
I'm guessing their budget is approximately 10 times or more that this movie was. So
yeah, let's see if it has a budget listed already. Let's look.
gotta be massive.
It does not.
Big old budget.
Yeah, but I'm always excited for a D&D movie. So
yeah, something to look forward to. Decent actors. Good stuff.
mm-hmm. It's just so crazy. The first one literally had like a $45 million budget.
That's insane.
And
that is so insane.
The second one and the third one have 1/3 or like less than 1/3.
So if you put it up dollar for dollar against how good it is, they are miles better than the first one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They did a lot more with the money.
And I'm sure like the 12-year difference between the first one and the third one, maybe some things were like cheaper,
I'm sure CGI and stuff were way cheaper.
Yeah. I was trying to find like a early listing of like a estimated budget for this, and I don't see one.
They don't want us to know yet.
They don't. Everything is just mentioning how the first movie flopped on a $45 million budget.
Right.
I'm honestly surprised that they made a second one and a third one with how bad it did. Like, why did they think?
Yeah. They're like, this will go well this time. Yeah. I don't know how they warranted that.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
I'm okay. I wrote a quiz.
Oh, shit. Got a quiz.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll probably be easy again like the last one because I made it while we were talking. Question 1. What is the name of the sorcerer who sold his soul to a demon?
Oh, shit. It was like Nagrul.
Nagrul.
Okay.
What channel did it air on?
Sci-fi?
Yeah. What edition of D&D was the supplemental book published for?
Was it 3.5e?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
What is the name of the god the paladins worship?
It's not Palon. It's not Peloton. I know that. Is it Paylor?
Yeah.
Paylay?
Paylor.
Oh, yeah. I was just going with the bit after that.
What is he the god of?
Oh god, the light?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a guess. I couldn't remember.
Wow.
Woo! All right.
Hell yeah.
There you have it. The Dungeons and Dragons 3, The Book of All Darkness.
Yeah. Go watch it. You might need a VPN, but you can do it.
Yeah, you might need a VPN and some patience. You ended up finding it somehow.
Yeah, I that's so weird too, because like it wouldn't work the way I wanted it to, and then doing the exact same search I've done so many other times, I found it. If you have a VPN, send it to Austria. That seems to help.
There you go, Austria. Go get it.
Yeah. But yeah, do you have anything else to add, or to plug, or to discuss, or to share, or to bear witness to?
Bear witness. No, I mean, I've just been listening to more podcasts, more comedian-based ones. So I'm listening to Flagrant now. So that's a pretty good time. If you're interested in comedy podcasts, I'd recommend it.
Hell yeah. Scott's all about that weird comedian stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to plug my dice shop because I still have lots of sets and they're 40% off.
There you go.
This set here, Ice Mage.
Ice Mage.
For like $60.
Look at that.
You can find that at brokenbowdiceshop.com/shop, and I think my bit.ly is bit.ly/bowdice.
Bowdice.
And you can send us an email to 5FIVE moreminutespod@gmail.com. We're still waiting on you, Jackie. I mean, I know you sent one again, but we're waiting for you because you're the only one who sends us an email.
And we're looking into the One Piece. That'll be a future one.
Yeah. And speaking of Jackie, if you like art and like drag stuff and like anime, you can follow her at JICKILINJA. Hell yeah. You can find our website at bit.ly/5mmpod with our blog posts that I was supposed to be doing all summer since I don't have to work right now, but I haven't been. You can also find us on our social medias at 5 the number 5 MMPOD, and you can leave us a rating and a review on Apple or Spotify. And please download our episodes. And don't forget to share us with your friends and family, your friends who are your family, and your family who's more like friends than family.
Yeah, exactly
yeah.
what she said. And yeah, I guess we're done here. We'll clock out.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.